All right, so it's 3 o'clock. I'm gonna go ahead and call the meeting to order. We do have a quorum. Oh, perfect. Commissioner Gold's coming on now. Director, do you want to just kind of kick things off about just the one item that we have on this emergency meeting agenda?
Madam President, thank you. More than happy to. Commissioners, again, thank you all. Is Commissioner Gold on yet? Okay. Thank you all for taking the time. As you're well aware, last night we received a call from the neighborhood indicating there was a sinkhole that was occurring on Lemp Street between streets 20 and 21. It was not that big. Team responded immediately and started cordoning off the area because it appeared to be getting larger. So everything was set for a safe operation through the night. Early this morning, our team went back out and saw some of the pictures that I've already sent you regarding the sinkhole across the board. Our engineers went out. We did contact Boise. We contacted the neighborhood and started, as did our maintenance teams. We did do a good assessment on this. We have found that this sinkhole is approximately 15 feet deep, if not longer. The pipe, the drainage system that is in this area was built in the 1970s out of aluminum. And over the years, it is apparent that the system started to fail. This week, when we had that massive rain event, the pipes that lead into this one going downstream is about an 18-inch pipe. This one is a larger 30-inch pipe. So as you can imagine, this would be similar to the gold rush where they dredged operations. And so the entire system got blown out. There is no remnants left of the pipe itself. We did have our team go out using the specific technologies that we have to scope what we could scope in this. And what we found is that the system has completely failed. So we've been, Commissioner Pickering, Commissioner Gold, we've been in contact with the mayor on this. And so what we are asking you to do today is to grant an emergency condition so we can expend funds under emergency condition for sole source contractor recruitment to get this thing fixed. And the estimated cost that we're looking at right now is between $300,000 and $350,000. We believe this may take up to 2 weeks. We have already, I've already closed Lemp from 20 to 21, and we have put up barricades on that alleyway that accesses Lemp and such. And you'll have a visual of that here later on today to ensure safe operations. We have already started our coordination process with all the key players, not only the neighborhood, but public service, all the folks who will be servicing that area. And our maintenance teams right now are actually filling the hole back in with gravel as quickly as possible to prevent any more degradation of the infrastructure. But the same token, to keep looky-loos out from getting too close and then falling in or having any more stress put on that infrastructure. So again, the request is for you to grant that emergency opportunity for us to go sole source. And if you do that, we'll immediately start reaching out to key contractors to see how quickly we can respond and get this fixed. I do have general counsel in the building here. I do have communications, development technical services, and here in case you have any specific questions for them. So, Madam President, that's my request, and that's why we're here.
Thanks, Director. Commissioners, Commissioner McKinney?
Yeah, let me just ask a couple of questions. Director, what is our confidence level as far as how confident are we that once we start digging and looking into it, that we won't find that the damage is a lot more than we think? That is to say, how confident are we that we know the extent of the damage at this point, as opposed to we start digging and then discover that, oh, this is twice a big twice as big of a job as we thought, and we'll have to come back again and do this again soon?
Madam President, Commissioner McKinney, great question. Fortunately, we do have a project that was ongoing that was going to address a similar situation a little further down. Our team has used the technology that we have here to assess that damage. Right now, we initially thought that we could do some type of spot repair and then come back later. And then, so I understand it's called sleeving it to provide more strength. Um, we're confident we have to replace the whole system for about 300 feet worth. Now, that being said, as we all know, when you open up the roadway, there may be more surprises there. But we believe that this will fix this issue. Again, I'm not going to give you 100% on that to say when we get downstream and we continue to move forward, we may find more issues. If we do, I'll come back to the commission and I'll make sure you have an update. If we have to go for something different, then I'll be in front of you again saying, here's what we found.
Are we going to presumably replace with reinforced concrete pipe?
I believe we're doing plastics, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, plastics, more strength, more longevity. It goes with today's technology.
Heavy duty PVC.
Yeah, PVC.
Okay. Then one final question. I'm sorry to occupy all the time. The sort of temporary measure that you took in dumping gravel in there, does that not pose a problem for then silting up our pipes downstream? Or is that going to be there short enough time that, I mean, what I'm saying is before we get in there, let's suppose a downpour hits 2 hours from now and starts trying to wash all that gravel downstream. Is that not a problem?
Madam President, Commissioner Pickering, yes, it is. That being, Madam President, Commissioner McKinney, that being said, yes, it is. However, again, all knowing that you never cancel a forecast, we are confident that for the next week and a half, we were not going to see another one of these issues. Recall, this was the impact of the remnants of that hurricane and tropical storm that came up into Idaho, but everything looks great. I looked at the weather forecast. There is a high over Idaho right now. There was a storm earlier today that was going around the Oregon, Washington area, but it was going north. And so if there's a major event, it's going to be an issue, but we don't think that's going to happen today.
Okay, great, thank you.
Commissioner Goldthorpe?
Yeah, last 8.5 years, I think we've all had our fingers crossed that something like this wasn't going to happen in the North End because of the infrastructure that was built there 100 years ago, and maybe a little more recent as we're finding out now. But just like Commissioner McKinney said, nothing's going to surprise me there, and I hope we can find that it's less than worst case scenario and get it done quickly. And sitting here hearing Paul saying what kind of material is going to be used to replace the pipe, I actually remembered one of my road master classes where we talked about the types of pipe. That's all I have to say.
Thanks, Commissioner Goldthorpe. Commissioner Gold, do you have any questions you want to ask?
I don't. I think it was all covered from my questions, but I appreciate the quick response and making sure that we can get this addressed. So thank you.
Can I just ask one more question?
Yeah.
Sorry about this. The funding, the funds that we're authorizing for emergency use, where do they come from?
Commissioner, we'll take that out of any reserves we have, but it's not a problem having. It's one of the reasons we have reserves.
Okay, they just come out of our cash reserves then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That was going to be my question too. So thanks, Commissioner McKinney. Okay. Any other questions, commissioners?
Madam President,
did you have something to share?
Yes, you will. If you agree and allow us, you'll have to adopt that resolution that's in front of us that authorizes this to go.
So yeah, is there a motion to approve the adoption for resolution 2410? Can I have a motion?
Yes. Madam President, I would move that we adopt resolution 2410.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any other discussion? I also just want to say thank you to staff. Keep up the great work of keeping the neighbors informed about what's happening. And or maybe even provide like a specific like line that they can call or text to get more up-to-date information, because this is really specific, and I don't want them to get bogged down through our tell us system, even though they wouldn't. But yeah, just a little bit more hasty communications would be great. So,
Madam President, we are adding a project page,
love it.
and such. So,
Beautiful. That sounds great. Okay. All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Director. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, staff.
thank you, and enjoy the weekend.
Thank you. Meeting adjourned.